Hey everybody, Artemis here, and today I'm doing the 2018 Witchy question tag. Ravenflower, Lady Grave Dancer, and Noah Templestory done this on their Witchy threesome video a couple weeks ago. And I believe Raven's the one that came up with this. So here we go. Number 1. What are 3 witchy things you do every day to stay connected to your practice? I talk to my goddess. I do artwork. I study and read. But that's just a few things of what I do. Light candles. Just talk to your goddess or God, or both. Enjoy time with nature. There's a lot of things, but those are just some of the things that I do. When a spell when a spell or working fails, what steps do you try to take to fix it? Well, I'll go back and I'll kind of look at my ingredients that I did. What I used. Maybe there was just something that wasn't quite working with, but in the long run, if a working or a spell doesn't work, there's probably a reason why it didn't work. So I don't really necessarily stress out about it. I just feel like, the universe is telling me that it didn't work for a reason. So maybe I should leave it alone and kind of rethink on it and rehash, in my mind what's actually going on. Number 3. Have you ever used an object or ingredient in a spell that would be considered odd or whimsical? I think every witch has done that. But what is odd? That's what I don't really understand with this question. What do you consider odd? If you're talking about like animal parts or stuff like that, I don't use anything like that in my workings. Not saying that I wouldn't, but I don't. So, whimsical, I don't know. I use ingredients that you not necessarily think would go maybe with the spell, but I don't use anything that I would consider odd or yeah. 4. What techniques do you use to generate energy for spellcraft? Crystals. I use, the energies of the moons. Let's see, meditating to bring my energy up. Just different things. But those are probably the main, is that. And elemental. I use a lot of elemental energies. You'll be surprised what you can pull from like just the elements themselves. Number 5. How do you stay motivated to witch through things or even work / start a grimoire? Oh, okay. How do you stay motivated to witch through things? Okay. I will be honest on this one. If I feel like I'm struggling to carry out something, I take a step back and I just don't do it. My mind has to be in the right state for me to do any type of witchcraft, workings, spell work, anything like that. So if my mind is telling me that hey, you're not motivated to do this. I'm going to take a step back, refocus, and maybe, cleanse myself, meditate on it, and just rethink about it. And then, once I am motivated to try it again, then I will do so. Are there times when you doubt your power or don't feel connected? Not really. I always feel like I'm connected no matter what. And I don't really doubt myself. I can't. There's times where I feel like I need a break, but I don't doubt myself. How do you build community? Well, YouTube. I go to a pagan church. I try to go to my local pagan shops or, metaphysical stores to support them instead of necessarily always buying stuff off of Amazon or eBay. I also try to buy things from other YouTubers that I know have Etsy shops or stuff like that. So yeah, I try to make sure I'm giving back to the community. 8. How do you cope when life just becomes too much and you lose faith in your practice, what you do, and sometimes even who you are? That to me sounds like the dark side of the soul, or dark night of the soul, I'm sorry. And yes, there's been times where I don't necessarily say that it's the same exact thing, but I feel like about a month or two ago, that I was pretty much at that point. And so what I did to get myself out of that was I went out with friends. I forced myself to get out of the house. I forced myself to just be around others. And then I started, I started reading more and looking more into myself, doing inner workings. And it slowly and gradually, I came out of it. But yeah, I think a lot of meditation, a lot of getting yourself out of the situation that you're in. Like, not necessarily, if you're at a job, leave that job. But what I'm saying is take a break. Get out of town. I did. Some friends of mine were going on vacation to Little Rock, and that's not very far, it's like 3 hours from here. And I'm like, hey, why don't you go with us? Okay. That was the stuff that I needed to push through that, was just to get away from everything for a minute. Where are we? 9. What is your favorite magical scenery? Being around trees. I know that sounds weird because a lot of people are like, the ocean, the ocean, the ocean, and yes, that does have a special place in my heart, but I like trees. I like to be around like a forest and stuff like that. No, don't get me wrong, I do love a good beach. There is a beach that I absolutely adored, and I've only been there once, and it's called Lynn Beach, and it is in Lynn, Massachusetts. And it is postcard beautiful. If I could spend just a small amount of time there again, yeah. Lynn Beach or any type of like national forest, yeah. How do you handle new friendships that don't know you practice the craft? Well, I don't have any new friends that don't know. So, but if I mean, I don't go around saying, oh, I'm a witch, I'm pagan. But if the topic came up, I would definitely tell them the truth. I'm not going to hide it. That's part of me. That's who I am. And, you know, I hope they would understand. I mean, that's all you can really do. Where are we? 11. How do you deal with family that does not accept you for being a witch? Most of my family knows. Pretty much, I think all of my family knows. I did have an issue once, you know, during the wedding thing. If you guys have watched my videos, let them be. Let them be. Just because I don't believe in the same thing you believe doesn't mean you have to treat me differently. Because I don't treat anybody differently based on that. You know, you show me respect, I show you respect. And actually, I show you respect even if you haven't shown me very much respect. But let them be. I mean, that's all you can do. It's not like I'm going to go, you know, cast something on them or do anything like that. I mean, that's just crazy. But let them be. Have you ever had a spell backfire on you to the point it scared you so much that you considered stopping your practice? No, I have not. 13. When you started practicing, when was the moment you stopped depending on others, books, websites for guidance and started following your own intuition? I think it's a little of both. I think you have to know your basics before you can really just say, oh hey, I'm following my intuition without anything. I still to this day use a guide or I pick up a reference book or something, unless it's something simple. If it's something simple, then you know I've been doing it for a while. I know. I mean, I'm not going to put anything toxic into a potion or anything, but yeah, you definitely have to have that foundation, I think, first, and then you can be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna follow my intuition, because intuition, you know, there's a lot of people out there that have used good intentions that's made things a whole lot worse. So yeah. 14. Do you wait for karma or do you take karma into your own hands? Right now, I would say I kind of wait for karma to come and clean up, because my spiritual path, my witchcraft, it's all interconnected, it's all intertwined, and I don't want any kind of bad juju on my spiritual path, because I decided that I felt justifiable in hexing somebody else or doing something evil to somebody. No. I'm washing my hands of that. I ain't getting into all that. Have you ever been physically attacked by a fellow pagan? I've never been verbally or physically attacked by a fellow pagan. Now, I've been verbally attacked by fellow Christians, or by Christians, not fellow Christians, but by Christians, yeah. And it's come within my own family, and they've known, it was somebody that knew that I was pagan from the day, pretty much day one when they entered the family, so yeah. What is next? 15. Have you ever been physically, 16. Have you ever been accused of something you didn't do because you practice witchcraft? No, I have not. 17. How do you feel about bringing diversity into your practice from other cultures outside your own? I think it's fine. That's what eclectic witchcraft is. I I feel that when you do that, you're honoring another culture. I definitely feel like you need to respect that culture. I don't see where there's an issue. 18. What is your favorite witchy tool physical item? My cauldron. I use it quite regularly, pretty much anymore. And I like burning stuff, so I mean, I got it back here burning an incense now. Well, I was. That incense burned really quickly. But anyway, it's back there. I was burning an incense. But yeah, my cauldron most definitely. It's the one thing that I use all the time. But anyway, thanks guys for watching. And blessed be. And I will see you guys later. Thanks.